Welcome back to the Crochet Cradles. That's my friends at yarnspirations.com. I'm your host, Mikey. This is a brand new redesign of an existing design. Originally, it was called the Hugs and Kisses All-in-One, which was a square Hugs and Kisses blanket, but I've now upgraded it to the Hugs and Kisses Baby Shower Blanket with a complete new rewrite. So when we look at the old pattern like this, if you saw it before, there was a lot of complicated stuff here with you have to repeat this and then repeat this and etc. and keep moving around the pattern. So what I did is that I took it right back to the bones and I re-looked at this again and figured out how to do this really quite simply, which is using 8 rounds to make a repeat. So once you understand the 8 rounds, you can continue to go as much as you want to. So this is a 5.5mm size eye crochet hook, and this was using the discontinued color with Caron Big Cakes, so you can use another Caron Big Cakes if you want to. And this redesign is very close looking to the original, but the difference is that I made it a lot simpler for you to follow. So let's just show you my swatch sample and then we'll get started right away. So here's a swatch of the sample to make sure that it was going to sit properly. So the biggest difference really is that the corners would change so it's easier for you to count. And also I did change where the popcorns are so that it was a lot easier for you to be able to follow. So those are the only fundamental changes. It's still Jeanne's pattern is just updated. So the repeat of this is going to be rounds number 2 through 9. And once you understand it, then it becomes just repeat. So it's going to become from here to here is your repeating. Once you get that done, you can just repeat again and again and again, and you can go big as you want to. Now in the rewrite pattern, what I have here is that I provided you the stitch counts in the original as we started, and then what it is, and I grouped everything by the repeat. So there was 8 rounds that make up a repeat. I showed you that +2, that is the number of stitches that you will have increased from the last round before it, just to make it understandable, so that if you want to go bigger than what this is, then you can just understand how it's growing and to be able to do that. I left you other tips too with the cross stitches. The next time that you'll have a cross stitch round, so you see a cross stitch and then a cross stitch, you'll have 6 more cross stitches the very next time that you do cross stitches. And then with the popcorns, the next time you do popcorns way over here, you'll have 12 more popcorns than you did back there. And once you understand that, it's really quite easy to be able to follow. On camera today, I'm going to be using just some leftover Red Heart Super Saver ombre. It's got a beautiful blue color, and the color that you'll see, it's called Scuba, and we're going to begin our journey right now. As we begin today, we use video chapters, so when you need to go back to a different round number, you can just use the video chapters in the video description or pin comment to be able to fast forward or to go back. So we're going to start our journey now, and we're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and slip stitch to the beginning chain to form the center ring. Let the straggler just wrap around the ring so that it can get stuck underneath, so you don't have to worry about that falling out later. And let's begin round number 1. This pattern is worked in even numbers, so when you go to start this, you'll notice this immediately. So the stitch counts provided are per side, as you'll see in the written instruction. You'll chain 3, which will count as a double crochet here and throughout the whole pattern when you start it. So you'll put 3 more double crochets into the center of the ring. Then you need to chain 2, which turns the corner, and in the center of the ring, put 4 more double crochets. So the chain 3 plus these 3 equals 4. So each side is going to have 4 double crochets to it. And 4 is an even number, which is what I'm looking for. So using granny squares, it's always 3, generally speaking. So it has to be 4 to keep this pattern aligned. Chain 2 to turn, and then add another 4 to the center of the ring. This is Red Heart Super Saver ombre yarn, and the color Scuba, as I mentioned, and so you'll see the colors changing as we continue along. So we can see that we have 3 sides complete, chain 2, and do the final side. And then I'm going to show you another cheating technique to keep it nice and equal. So we're going to put 4 more into the ring. I'm still going up over top of the straggler, catching it underneath. And if you're running out of space, just pull it around and make sure you only play within the ring. Now, one thing that Jeanne and I love the most is attaching with a half double crochet join. So I'm just gonna, before I do that, I'm just gonna get rid of the straggler. And then I'm going to do what is called as a half double crochet join to the top of the chain 3. So I'm doing that so that I can keep an eye on the corner, and this here leaves the stitch right in the center of a corner so that it's equal. So you should have 4 double crochets per side here with 4 chain 2 spaces. So this half double crochet join is equivalent to chain 2. Let's begin round number 2, which is the start of the repeat. Let's begin. Round number 2, 4, 6, and 8 are always a single crochet, and you'll always start off with the chain 1, and that half double crochet, just treat it like a regular space, because it is, and you're just going to single crochet into the space. Concentrate on only the tops of the stitches that you see. Okay, so the first one is always questionable, so just put it in, and then it's just continue to single crochet across. And when you hit a corner, just do 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet to turn. So apply 1 single crochet on the tops, corners are 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet, and just put me on pause. Do this around, and I'll see you at the end of the round in a moment. I'm coming around to the end of number 2, and make sure that you do go into the beginning corner space, single crochet first, and then do a half double crochet join to the top of the first single crochet, and that will keep you in the corner. Okay, so now you have 6 stitches per side, so there's 6 single crochets. You'll see that on the pattern, and let's move on to round number 3. Round number 3 is going to be the same as round number 7. In round number 3, we're going to do crisscross stitches. So we're going to do our corners, and you start with the chain 3, which will count as your double crochet, and then the same space right below, just double crochet again. Your corners on this round will be 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and we'll finish this corner on the way back around. So you'll skip over the very first stitch that comes out, look for the legs of that stitch to see where it is. It's sometimes always hard in the very beginning, but it's right here. See the legs going in, so there's the top. So you skip that one, go to your second, and just double crochet. And I prefer to crisscross on the back side. So if you want to crisscross on the front of this, just be consistent about it. So I'll show you the way I prefer and the way Jeanne and I do it. So you can just turn it a little bit and just double crochet into the one you skipped. And then you can turn it back. And you're just double crocheting into the one you skipped, which puts that stitch in behind. To do the next one, skip the first one and then go to the second. Okay, so if you're having trouble seeing where the second one is, just turn it and get access to it. The texture that this provides is amazing. So skip the next one, double crochet in the next, coming back to the one you missed and double crochet, and now you're already ready for a corner. So as I mentioned, your corners are 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet. So then you'll start off another side just how you did this. So now that this is complete, it's a little harder now that you have already the first side. The first side's easier to see where the first stitch is. If you don't see it, it's actually right here. Just pull this backward and it's right here, okay? So this is 1 and this is 2. Look for the tops. So you skip the first top, go to the second, and double crochet, and then skip and go back to the one you missed. So just watch that first one out from every corner to make sure you're getting the first one. And remember, it's always an even number count. So if you're left over with the extra stitch that is unaccounted for, it could be because you accidentally missed the first one. So do this, crisscross to the corners, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet equals your corner, and meet me at the end of this round in just a moment. I'm coming up to the end of the round, and I'm also going to show you a mistake that can happen, which I can show you how to correct as well. So I'm skipping 1, double crocheting to the next, and then I'm coming back. Okay, and then you put 2 into the beginning, and then join with the half double crochet to the top of the first chain 3. So now I'm going to show a mistake on what can happen. So you have the stitch counts provided. There was 3 crisscross per side, and then there was 4 double crochet. So let me show you what happens if you're running out of stitches and it's not equal on the side. This is how you can correct without having to rip it all out. I'm going to show you how to fix a mistake just in case you end up. So we know in the pattern that there's 3 crisscrosses per side. Let's just say that there was 1 stitch left and then the corner. So I'm going to show you 2 ways to cheat. So we knew that there was 3 and we realized that there's not an extra stitch to play with. What I would have done, which I did do on the sample because one of the sides was off, is that I just double crochet into the next one instead of skipping. And when I cross back, then I can just cross back into one that already has something. But do it on the cross back. Don't do it on the first one to do anything weird, because the cross back is a lot easier to hide. Then move into your corner and complete your corner of 2 double crochet, and then just join or just 2 double crochet, chain 2 double crochet. So another error that you may have is that maybe you had an extra stitch left over and you have the right stitch count, so you know that you have to do 3, but there's accidentally 3 stitches here. What you can do is that you can treat and do a 2 together stitch. So what I would classify doing is just only skip over 2, go to the 3rd with your crossover, and then the one that's crossing back, go into the 2 that you had. And when you go into the first one, just collect it, pull through 2 and hold it, and then go into the next one that is also in line. And go through, pull through 2 and hold, and put those together as a 2 together double crochet. And that is again hidden in behind, and then you can move on to your corner if that's happening for you. So it's a way to cheat it without having to frog it all out and to really stress about it. So I'm gonna officially move on to round number 4 next. It's obvious, but number 4 is an even number. So 2, 4, 6, and 8 are always an even number and are always single crochet. So you just chain up 1, apply 1 single crochet into the space, and then apply 1 single crochet into every stitch, going all the way across to your corners. Your corners are the same of 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet. Please do this around for round number 4. At the end of number 4, just continuing to single crochet into the beginning space, and then apply a half double crochet join to the beginning single crochet. Let's move on to round number 5. Round number 5, we need to chain 3, which will count as your first double crochet, and double crochet again into that same corner. This round, the corners will be 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and we'll finish this on the way back around. First stitch out is going to be a popcorn. So how we do this is that we put 4 double crochets into the next stitch. So we'll count these out together. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to release it off the hook, go into the beginning one of the number 4, and go through the top towards the back, and grab the loop and pull through, and chain 1 to close it. And this will keep it popped out towards you. The next stitch is just going to be a double crochet. This is all this round is. Okay, so the next one has to be a popcorn, so there's going to be 4 double crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Release it, go to the 4th one that started it, pull through, and chain 1 to lock it, and then double crochet in the next. So I'll see you on the first corner, so continue to do this along the side, and I'll see you back over here in a second. So coming closer to the end, everything's in sets of 2, so the next one is a popcorn, because I just finished a double crochet, so we'll do this popcorn. Through, chain 1 to lock it, and the last stitch before the corner is just a double crochet. So this is slightly different from the original, but it keeps it nice and equal to keep an easy count of it. So in the corners will be 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet, and then you'll start a fresh side again. And so the first one will be a popcorn, and then a double crochet, popcorn, and double crochet. Do that all the way to the corners. Do your corners as I suggested, and you'll do this all the way around for round number 5. I'll be back at the end of the round. I'm coming up around here on this round, and I'm just going to double crochet in the last one before the corner, and then the corners to finish this is 2 double crochet, and then join with the half double crochet to the top of the first chain 3. and that concluded number 5. You may notice that it's kind of buckling on you a bit. Don't worry about it because it will settle down. We just need to do a couple more rounds to do that. So it's a neat way to make it really soft and squishy and really cool. Let's move on to round number 6. Round number 6 is an even number, so we just chain up 1 and apply 1 single crochet in every stitch. The easiest way to keep count is that once you hit the popcorn, we just go into the popcorn right here, and then we know the next stitch is a double crochet, so just reach over to the double crochet and go right there. So we go into the popcorn and then reach over to the double crochet. So the chain one that locks the popcorn makes it pop up even better, and so you just go into the popcorn and then in the top of the double crochet. So you'll do this around. Your corners are 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet, and do this around for lucky round number 6. I'll be right back. And then number 6 came, and here it is, 1 single crochet into the final corner and a half double crochet to the beginning single crochet. Let's move on to round number 7. Round number 7 is the same as round number 3, and it's just a crisscross. So we start off and chain 3 and double crochet into the same corner. Your corners will be the same as before, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Start by skipping the first one out, see where the legs are. So skip the first one, go to the second, and crisscross all the way to the corner. Turn your corners as I mentioned, and just do this round. It's the same with what you already know back here. The only difference is that you'll have more crisscrosses this time. So every time you're doing crisscrosses, there was 3 here. Now there's going to be a total of 9. And then the next time you just have to add an additional 6, and then you'll have 15 and etc. So it's just an easy way to keep count of it, just in case that you need to know that. And you'll see that on the pattern as well. So do this around for round number 7. At the end of number 7, I'm just putting in my 2 double crochet right into the corner, and then I'm going to join with a half double crochet to the top of the first, chain 3. Round number 8 is next, and that's an even number, and we'll begin that next. Round number 8 is an even number, as I just said, so just chain 1 and apply 1 single crochet in every stitch all the way to the corners. Your corners are 1 single crochet, chain 2, 1 single crochet. Do this around for round number 8. So I'm coming around here on round number 8, just single crocheting, and then I'm just going to join to the beginning single crochet. Let's do our final round in the sequence, number 9. Number 9 is the final in the sequence, and you're going to chain 3, and you'll double crochet into the same corner. And it's a nice easy round, so Jeanne was great about it, and we just are going to double crochet in each stitch all the way around. In your corners, you will apply 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and this provides a nice flat spot so that the rest of the texture will jump off of the blanket. Please do this all the way around for round number 9. So I'm coming around with the double crochet, and I'm putting 2 double crochet into the first beginning corner, and then I'm going to do a half double crochet join. As I mentioned, our video has video chapters in the video description as well as pinned comments, so you're going to want to go back to number 2, round number 2 through 9, and I'm going to explain a few things before I let you go today. So a few things before I let you go is that it's an easy pattern to remember. There's only 8 rounds. And so if you remember that the first one is a single crochet, so every other one is a single crochet. It's the ones in between, so you can see it's a crisscross, it's a popcorn, a crisscross, and a double crochet. And if you look at this, you can put your pattern down and just say, okay, I gotta do a crisscross, I gotta do a popcorn, a crisscross, and then a double crochet, and then the sequence starts again. So it's an easy way just to look at your pattern instead of clinging to the pattern in order to do that. So you can do this as many times as you want. Let me show you the pattern next. So back here on the pattern, these are all in groups of the repeats. So this is a 2 through 9, 2 through 9, 2 through 9, 2 through 9. And I just provided the round number that it is and what the stitch count is. And then as I mentioned at the beginning, is just I gave you what the number is of the stitches that will have increased from the round below. And so it makes it easier to remember. So if you want to do more, you just have to look at this number and just say, okay, next time I do this, round number 50 if I wanted to start a new sequence, and it's going to be +2, so it'll be 150 single crochet and etc. And you can figure that on your own. So you don't need to email me on that because I won't tell you, because I'm providing this information for you here. So there is a last round to be completed, and it's reverse single crochet. So when you are tired of the whole thing and you want to finish off, you can do reverse single crochet, or you can just do a single crochet. It's up to you. I will show you the reverse because that's what's called for in the pattern. Let's do that next. So the double crochet is the last round in the sequence. It's also the last round before you do the final border. And if you want to do the reverse single crochet, you're just going to chain up 1 and go right into the space, but don't go on the front side. Just go here and just let it go over top and pull through and pull through 2. And just start going backwards. We'll finish that corner when we come back around. So come into the one beforehand and just going in, scoop it, and pull through 2. This is called the crab stitch. It's also called reverse single crochet. And what this does is it provides a really cool looking border for this. And if you don't want to do this, just do a single crochet round. It's up to you. And if you're happy with just the double crochet round as your end, then by all means, you can finish that as well. So in your corners, you are going to want to apply 3 reverse single crochets. So I've only done 1 in the first one, and I'll have to do the other 2 when I come back around. And you'll just do this reverse single crochet. You'll put 3 into the corners, and then do 2 reverse single crochets into the corner, and then just attach it to the very beginning one and fasten off. That's as easy as it gets, and it's a nice easy repeating here. And this is Jeanne's baby shower blanket, also known as the Hugs and Kisses all-in-one. Hopefully you had a good day, and we'll hope to see you in the comments real soon. Bye-bye.